Thank you KEH Camera for sponsoring this video.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know where to start or anything like that. Before we get into the room and, you know, really talk about it and go over the video, we're just gonna unbox the camera right now. I've been waiting a long time for this too. Really not that long. It actually came pretty fast. It was just stuck in customs for longer than it needed to be. So,
you doing this with the bonnet on?
Yeah, the bonnet's on. I'm gonna keep the bonnet on. You know, I gotta keep my hair nice and, you know, if you black, you understand. Woo. Get up in here, get up in here. Get the top down shot. Get that top down shot. All right, we good? Well packaged. Camera. You see it. You see her. Ta-da! Let's see if this boy is clean. Feels good. Nice. How we looking? How we looking? We like the boys or what? All right, well, we're gonna go in the room. We're gonna talk about this a little bit more. Just go over it a little bit. We might go out and take some pictures with it. We're gonna go to the gym right now, or just in a second. But once we get back, we're gonna, you know, take some pictures with the Leica. You feel me?
If anybody on this channel, everybody on this channel should know who George from Negative Feedback is, but he said when you first get a Leica, the thing to do is to take the mirror selfie with the Leica, so everybody know that you have a Leica. So I did just that. What is the goddamn deal, YouTube? It is, of course, your boy Vuhlandes back with another video. And before anything else, we'll just get straight to the point. I do now own a Leica M6. This is mine. I am not borrowing it. I paid for it with my own money. I own it. It is my camera, and that's pretty exciting for me. As y'all all know, the Leica M6 is a 35mm film camera, a very expensive one, a very popular one amongst film photographers and just photographers in general. Even if you don't like photography, just this camera, not even the M6, just Leica cameras in general are, you know, very attractive cameras. So for the people who watch the channel, the elephant in the room, I made a video a year ago using the Leica M6, and I basically said that it wasn't worth the money, and I didn't call it overrated, but I did say that you could probably get a similar camera or a camera that's a 35mm camera and get similar results. So before we go out and use this camera, let me kind of just like explain a little bit to why I purchased this camera. So for me, the reason I purchased this camera was because when I did shoot with it a little bit ago, when Sam let me shoot with it for a day, I did very much actually really like the photos that came from the camera. And the only thing that kind of deterred me away from liking it even more was the fact that it was a rangefinder. If you know me, you know I've talked a lot of shit about rangefinders, you know. But I will admit that over the years of shooting with a bunch of different cameras and just shooting with rangefinders, the Mamiya 7, the Leica M6, and other rangefinder cameras, I did just stop hating for a second and gave it a chance. And I found that I actually don't mind rangefinders. And also, me being a photographer, I do want to get better at using a rangefinder. I don't want to just be like, I don't like it, so I'm over it. I do want to force myself, or not really like kind of force myself, but like make myself do something different, make myself like see photography different, do photography different. I don't know. I just feel like I want to have a new attitude going into this, and what better camera to do it with than the Leica M6, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to just get better with rangefinders, and I also did just want a really good camera that I can, you know, kind of capture a little bit more things with. I got the 35mm point and shoot, but sometimes I want some of my 35mm stuff to be serious. I don't want to be another person on YouTube who tells you the same thing. Everybody, every photographer ever, every videographer, cinematographer, whatever you are on YouTube ever has said this line about gear, and they always say that it's not about the gear. You don't need this. This is just a box and blah, 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 blah. I'm not even about to say all that because you already know all that. I don't need to reiterate that because you heard it a million times. Yes, it's a box, a very expensive one. And as you know, Kodak makes some stocks for 35mm that they do not make for medium format. So I do want to shoot with those film stocks and, you know, kind of just play with those a little bit. So that is why I have the Leica M6. Could I have got a cheaper camera that kind of performed the same? Yes, but I'm not going into it. If y'all wanted me to go into it, I'm not, because y'all already know. Somebody else will probably say it in the comments if, you know, you feel that deeply about it. So I want to take some pictures kind of more at, you know, sunset-ish time, or just when the light kind of goes down. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait for that, and then yeah. But until then, I guess I'll wait, and then for y'all it's gonna be like 1 second. For me, it's gonna be a couple hours. So I'll see y'all there. All right, so me and Amal are walking around Woodbridge. First of all, Amal is looking spectacular today. Look at her in all her glory. Me and Amal are walking around Woodbridge today. We're not gonna do that much recording because it's not a review. I'm not gonna make a review on this camera because I already did. If you wanna see it, you can go watch it. So yeah, we're just gonna walk around with the camera, take some pictures. I'm gonna take some pictures of Amal. I'm really testing out this lens because it's a Vuhlandes 35. So I wanna see how good or bad it is, and you know, just really test that out too. So, but if anything does look more interesting, then I'll take pictures of that. But for the most part, my priority is taking pictures of my beautiful girlfriend. So that's what we finna do. So yeah, let's do it. What's wrong with these niggas? All right, so me and Amal just finished shooting this little roll. We just shot some photos in this field. It's literally just a field of grass, but yeah, we done shooting with that roll. I was shooting with some Portrait 800. Don't know why the brightest day of the year I decided to pop out with some Portrait 800, but that's what we're doing. Right now we about to load up. I worked out today. My legs is killing me, dog. We're about to shoot with some Kodak Gold. I'm like losing my train of thought. Shooting with some Kodak Gold while the sun is, you know, about to go down. I got a lot of opinions about Kodak Gold. I think Kodak should make it in 120, but I'll save that video for another day. All the Leica boys do this shit so much faster than I do. I'm not a seasoned vet yet. There you go. All right, yeah, we got some Kodak Gold in here real quick. I'm gonna take a few shots with this, and then yeah, we're gonna be on our way because we got dinner reservations tonight. You feel me? All right, so y'all already know we are back at the crib. I had to change it to the pink Detroit fitted with the pink underbrim too because I was wearing this pink shirt. It just made no sense. Like, why was I wearing a red hat? It makes no sense regardless. Anyway, the Leica M6, like I said, this is not going to be a review because one, I already did one, and two, there's 600,000 reviews on the Leica M6 on YouTube. First things first, let me get this out the way. I am not a Leica fanboy. I do not, you know, worship any camera brand for that matter, but I'm definitely not a Leica fanboy. I don't really necessarily care that this camera is a Leica. I don't think it's better than any other camera because it's a Leica. This red dot isn't like a part of like my soul and everything that I stand for as a photographer. I don't care. I actually really do not care. I do think everybody just needs to, you know, one, shoot with the cameras that they want to shoot with. Two, is mind their business about the cameras that other people shoot with, because like, who cares? If somebody wants a camera, who cares? Like, it is what it is. If people are, you know, too obsessed with their cameras, then that's on them. It's weird, but it's on them. Regardless, I am not one of those people. I don't care, but I do like the Leica M6, and it is the camera, the 35mm camera that I wanted to, you know, start doing my 35mm work with. I don't know if I necessarily called it overrated. I haven't watched the video since I put it out. I don't want to recant those statements because I still don't think it's the best camera I've ever used or the best 35mm camera I've ever used. But I will admit that I went into that camera shooting experience and like that kind of review with some biased opinions just based off my own biased mindset. So the main issue that I necessarily had with this camera was that it was a rangefinder, and altogether I just didn't give rangefinders a chance because as a human being, when I don't like something, I kind of just move on from it. I don't try to get better with it. I just be like, it doesn't fit my shooting style. I'd rather stick with what does fit my shooting style. But like I said, the rangefinder kind of focusing of the camera just wasn't fitting what I was doing in photography at the time. But over the months and almost like a year, I've been doing a lot of research on zone focusing and just focusing with rangefinders in general. I did find out that the M6 rangefinder patch kind of gets washed out in certain lighting. So that's what I was struggling with the most. Like sometimes I go to focus and then like I would just lose like the little patch in there. Like I would lose focus on like what I'm supposed to be focusing on, and like that bothered me. But you can get that changed, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot better. I'm probably going to get that changed, but for the meantime, I've been doing a lot more research on just focusing with rangefinders overall. So when I went into it this time, I had a different mindset, and I kind of enjoyed the range focusing system, and I realized that, you know, a lot of street photographers prefer this camera because of how easy it is you can focus and how fast it is you can focus when you're doing zone focusing. But since we're on the topic of how expensive camera gear can get, let's give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, which is KEH Camera. So KEH Camera is by far one of the best places to buy and sell used camera gear or anything camera related. And that's not just because of their massive inventory of cameras, but they have a very good rating system and grading system for the cameras available on their website. They have a very knowledgeable staff, and their grading system doesn't disappoint. So if you're saving up and you're looking to get something brand new and in mint condition, you can get that. But also if you're trying to go for something a little bit cheaper and you don't mind a little bit of cosmetic scratches, they also have cameras that, you know, you can get at a bigger discount. It's also a great place to send used gear. You can get an instant quote, and you can even talk to somebody directly. And when you do sell with them, they will have somebody come pick it up from your home, so you don't even have to leave your house. So be sure to check out the links and the codes down in the description if you're looking to sell or buy anything. It can save you some money, or it can earn you some money. And thank you, KEH Camera, for sponsoring this video. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got something out of it. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. We're gonna get out of here, man. And you already know what we finna do. Finna go do some shit. You know the vibes.